Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Michaela Copeland here. Today's video is very important. It's about the court case that happened 2 days ago on the 16th of April in the Supreme Court, where four women in Scotland, they had a court case about the Equality Act, and the Equality Act unanimously declared that sex in the Equality Act means biological sex, which is a grey area because it is towards trans women, yet trans men are not included, which it is a grey area because any cisgender man could just randomly claim that they are trans men and be allowed into women's toilets and changing rooms and whatever, and it really is screwed, which I made a real effort in my transition. Today it is 7 years since I came out as trans. I'm 57 months on hormones. I've had my top surgery, and today is actually 7 years since I came out, and 25th of September it's gonna be 7 years since I legally changed my name. And I just feel I can't even speak how angry I'm about it, because it seems that no matter what I do, no matter what I do, it's never going to be ever be good enough. Which the equalities, I mean the human rights, the Equalities and the Human Rights Commission has now said that British Transport Police can strip search someone, and because I'm a trans woman, it means that a cisgender man would have to do the search, and it really is screwed up. J.K. Rowling actually donated £70,000 to four women in Scotland. Not one single trans person or trans body was allowed to talk in the case, and it's just like waking up in a nightmare that I cannot wake up from. I mean, this is the very reason why we have pride, because it's always trans women that get it, and they clearly forget that trans men exist. And it really is a grey area, because what's to stop a cis man from pretending that he's a trans man and going into women's bathrooms and whatever? Because when someone assigned female at birth takes testosterone, they grow facial hair and their voice naturally deepens. And it doesn't even matter about intersex, because intersex, as you all know, they have characteristics of both, and there's about 40 different types of intersex. And what about butch lesbians, for example, or women with PCOS, where they grow facial hair? This is as well about the whole trans investigations things, where people, including celebrities, get transvestigated, and it really is screwed up. I mean, this is the very reason why pride exists, and it is totally screwed up. I mean, I already don't feel safe now, because I have been a victim of physical assault and sexual abuse by men, and I now actually considering now claiming asylum. And yesterday I sent an email through to Rainbow Migration, because I literally do not feel safe in the UK, and it's literally a genocide, because it's against one particular people. It's the same as what Hitler did in the 1940s with Jewish people, and I just do not feel safe. I know that tomorrow at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock throughout major cities in the UK, there are going to be protests about it, and I just can't. I'm coming off social media. I'm not. I only really go on Instagram now because of this, and I just don't even know what to do. I'm keeping in contact with my trans friends on Messenger. I've emailed countless MPs, and Baroness Faulkner is head of the Equalities and Human Rights Commission. She's contacting NHS England about this, and I don't feel safe. I mean, Keir Starmer, before he became Prime Minister, throughout 2020, he was like going on about to move into self-declaration. Then a year later, he changed and he's saying that trans women have got to use sidewalks, which is private and only there for people who are susceptible to infections and whatnot. And I just do not feel safe. Apparently, if you have a GRC, which is what I got um, 13 months ago, they're supposed to be adding more protection, but to me, it's not really worth having now, because no matter how long you take hormones for, or if you have surgery or surgeries, it's not going to make a blind bit of difference. Which I had my breast augmentation about 4 months ago, and in about 6 months' time, I'm going to be having my bottom surgery, and it totally is screwed up. Which, to get your gender recognition certificate, you have to have two medical sign-offs, one from your GP and one from someone who works at your gender clinic. Which, because of the poor access to healthcare in the UK, is going to take years. You're going to have to submit your DPOL, your original birth certificate, statutory declaration, and proof for 2 years you've been using your name. So bank statements, energy bills, and all that. And then it goes before a panel that you never ever meet, and they decide whether or not that you are actually the gender that you're transitioning to. Is very It is very bureaucratic, and is a real struggle. I mean, I do not feel safe in the UK, and I feel like now a refugee now living in the UK, and I just do not know how much more I can take. And I just, and for me to get a passport, I'm going to need to get a send the form off for my passport and send my photos off. And when I spoke to Citizens Advice about this, they said that I needed a copy of my dad's birth certificate, which is a hassle for me because me and my dad are not on speaking terms. In fact, 5.5 years ago, I got disowned and booted out by my dad because I would not detransition. And I just do not know what to do. I had to cover this because this directly affects me and every other trans person. And as well, what I was reading about on Instagram was that British Transport Police, um, that they're now allowed to strip search you based on your assigned gender at birth. So for me, it would be a man, and I do not feel safe. It is genocide, and I'm just so angry by this, because it seems though that no matter what we do, it's never ever good enough. It's just so hard. If you like this video, be sure to press the like button, press the subscribe button, and turn that bell notification on. Do please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you very soon. So this is Michaela Copeland of the Michaela Show. Much love to you, wherever you may be in the world. I'll see you very soon, everyone. Bye.